They're not Zios. Language matters.
You're right, my friend. Language does matter, and I speak about that quite often in many of my videos, that the choice of words that we choose is very important. Unfortunately, for those of us from the global south, the global majority, or the racialized minorities of the global north, we've been taught incredibly clearly that the language we choose will be censored. And so most of the language that you are correcting was actually created by the global majority, by us racialized bodies trying to lead these movements. And the reason why we've had to create them is because we are not spoken about. Nobody talks about our actual issues. Maybe one at a time in the form of a, tokenized group. But it's never sincere and it's never honest. It's never done with integrity. And we're not treated with decency. And they pin us against each other. And so we of the global majority have had to create this language so that our stories are finally heard. And I fully agree with you. Language matters. But let's not criticize the language chosen by the oppressed to finally get our message out there. Examples of language we can create or correct. For example, instead of saying our political leaders are supporting a genocide, we can say the truth. They are committing a genocide. Because we know that in the background, most of these individuals are handing over the pew-pews and the kabooms to the Blue Star Nation and telling them to do what they do. They are arming the Chi groups that they have radicalized from within the bootlicking population in the community that is easily influenceable. And they weaponize the people from within the group to also be the ones to do the dirty work for them. So where we need to pay more attention to the language isn't in criticizing the methods that racialized bodies, oppressed bodies, choose to express themselves to finally be heard. The way we hold the oppressors accountable is by making sure, absolutely sure, that when we describe their actions, we're not saying that they are supporting or funding or financing a genocide. They are, in fact, the ones planning and executing and committing the genocide. And I say this respectfully. I am not making an example of the previous creator. The previous creator is an accomplice that is a friend. Sometimes we all need to understand where things come from. And just like you wouldn't criticize the Black population for singing their songs to get their message across to each other, please do not criticize the global majority for the language we choose to use to try and overcome the censorship abusing us. With the utmost respect and love, we collectively need to sit with this discomfort. Have a good day, my friend.